Hi, beautiful beings of light. This is Anna, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Month of February 2022. We switched to the new sign, of course, a couple of weeks ago, right? We're in the sign of Aquarius, yay. The Capricorn, and the whole January was extremely difficult for me. It was where it was situated close to 5D tower, but just feel the lightness, feel the spaciousness now. We also entered now the new Chinese year as well, water tiger. So, yeah, time to be brave and courageous, and also invite the divine feminine, the Holy Mother, into our lives. Extremely important. And yeah, I know some of you are struggling. And those were the galactic or cosmic warriors here, star seeds, those who kind of understand what's been happening, transpiring in those astral planes. And so it's been very busy and difficult, lots of difficulties actually there. And I've been also dealing with the dark fleet, and it was in my aura, my energy field, actually, when I was meditating. So that's why I was constantly struggling, and I was not able to really breathe much, and being not able to really connect to God, to source. I mean, of course, I can do it inwardly, right? So the inner work is extremely important: yoga, meditation, going to nature, and so on. So anyway, I'm back online and see how everything goes. Still on a move, or moving, changing, planning something ahead. So that's kind of my lifestyle. That's kind of how I roll here. So anyway, welcome again. Go over the Ascension protocol, but we'll do also some meditation, some chanting, raising the frequency vibration. That's what it's all about. Because yeah, many people, they're going through extremely difficult times, and that's the death of the ego. That's what is happening. And I know at the same time, I know the sun is shining, and there's so many of these wonderful energies, so many wonderful things happening. So being in that center, being in that 0 point balance, divine neutrality, that's the way for me to go, right? Polarity integration. So because there'll be more and more exposure of the wrongdoings, there'll be ET disclosure, of course, happening on many levels and in certain areas. And of course, only those people who are ready, who are awakened, will be able to receive that information, perceive that information, as we are really ascending. Things are changing, shifting, right? The shift in consciousness and awareness, and so on. And we are going to the next octave, harmony universe number 2, where everything's about soul connection, consciousness expansion, and living in peace, unity, harmony, balance, right? Bringing the energies from heaven, or ahead of heaven, bring the Christos Sophia energies here online, right? Bringing the divine order, divine justice here, because this planet's been imprisoned, right? Humanity looks as slaves, of those the dark ones, right? The fallen ones, the dark fleet, of the negative faction of the Anunnaki, and the Dracos, and the reptilians, and so on. So it's been interesting battle. And but of course, there's the victory of the light, and there's this divine spark within you. So always returning to that inner self, that inner Christ, that sacred chamber in your heart. That's the way to go. It's the ascension, right? The inner work, and just being simple and humble and modest, and walking those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude, and be compassionate witness. That's the way to go, guys. So lots of prayers, and sending healing energies to all those who've been suffering, who've been attacked. I know how that feels, and especially those who, whether close to 5G towers, or those who are sensitive to Wi-Fi, and all these. Let me see. That's the the psychotronic weapons, you know what I'm saying? I mean, some people have this high pitch, so it causes headaches. I understand that it's you know, it can be a struggle. It's a law that we need to overcome, and but there is also a lesson that we need to learn from. So each situation and, you know, encounter and so on, there is always, there's like a pearl of wisdom that it comes from, right? So Marina Jacobi, her quantum manifestation, right, is just kind of acknowledge it, give gratitude, be thankful, okay, and being then going back into our heart center, heart structure, and then start creating something beautiful, right? That the resonance, you know, just surround yourself with that love and light. So okay, let's do the violet flame of let's invoke the violet flame. Okay, let's protect this space, sacred space. Okay, for me it's all about you know, the sacred geometry. It's all about the dodecahedron, also the Holy Mother, you know, bringing the energies of the higher dimensions here to this plane of existence, right? As we are merging the spirit with matter, the divine feminine with the divine masculine, right? Being in our heart, so the inner child can be reborn. So lots of inner work, lots of integration, also the shadow work, right? Extremely important. The death of our ego is happening. So guys, everything needs to go. The karma, right, needs to then be transformed, transmuted, and changed into dharma, into our mission, assignment. Why did we come here? Right? What is our mission? Who we are? And what are our gifts and talents that we can share with the world and make this place a better world, or make this world a better place. Amen. So let's go ahead and center ourselves. I mean, those who would like to, you know, the breath, the prana, the chi, the energy, the life force, guys. Always be mindful of your breath. If there is a situation gives you a little bit of stress, through breath you can change the frequency and vibration. And being in your heart, being in your center, give yourself that extra love, right? That self-love and self-care and self-forgiveness. And that's the color of the violet flame: the forgiveness, the mercy, freedom, liberation, moksha, that's in Sanskrit, and joy. So beloved and presence bright, round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the wild flame. Beloved and presence bright, round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the wild flame. Beloved and presence bright, round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the wild flame. So let the energies of that sacred wild flame circulate you, encircle you, envelop you, and just feel the effects of that violet flame, that violet fire, in every cell, in every molecule, transforming, transmuting that cellular density, the karma, the negativity, the stress, the miasma, also the contracts with those negative ones, right? May they all go, be released. Time to be free. That's why the power of the violet flame is immense, invoking each and every day. Envision yourself bathing that violet flame. See yourself, your family, your town, your city, your surroundings, your entire country, nation, and the entire planet in the violet flame. Thank you, Saint Germain. Amen. So I know lots of people need healing. So we have I have the Ankh here from ancient Egypt here. That's those Christos who were initiated in those pyramids, right? Pyramids. The high priest, high priestesses again of the Essene order of Melchizedek. I don't talk about those invader races and the Cabal, the Illuminati, and the Hyksos and so on. Those true, pure Christos, angelic, divine, luminous beings. Okay, that we're embodying the power of resurrection, of healing, of transformation. So let's invoke those energies and send the energy to the entire world, to the entire humanity, to the planet, as we are resurrecting the energies of Atlantis, of the higher mind, and resurrecting the energies of Lemuria, the higher heart, the sacred heart, Divine Mother, Holy Mother. So each time, every day, just take a little bit of moment and give yourself that the healing energy, and through breath, just kind of feel the flow of life reverberating your entire body, rejuvenating, regenerating, and so on. So I know of lots of accidents or ambulances. This is actually second one here. I just got here I don't know, maybe 15 minutes ago, and that's another ambulance here. So you guys, all kinds of things happening. So we have to really be compassionate, be loving, be nice to each other, be kind, right? Expressing our truth with loving kindness. So, and it's a practice, like everything else is a practice, right? And chanting, I've been doing the mantra of the transfiguration, Om Avirahum Kam. Recently, that helped me a lot. Of course, I've been doing also the mantras. I'm a being of wildfire. I am the purity God desires. And also I did it for the entire planet. The earth is a planet of wildfire. The earth is the purity God desires. And then for me, it's the military and the New York, right? New York is the city of wildfire. New York is the purity God desires. So many beings and people, veterans, children, young adults, elderly, they need lots of help. And of course, those who do the transitioning process, right, making sure they have a safe transition. Those who are leaving their bodies, whether the contract is done, right, their time is up here, or they just because of injuries, because of that, whatever. There's no judgment, there's no criticism, right? Extremely important. It's just embodying those energies of unity, right? So it just thank you for the difference, right? That's why we're all unique, we're all different. So the tolerance is extremely important. And for me, like the communication, I want to know, I want to understand, and even understanding the negative ones, right, and their plots and their agendas, the negative agenda of those negative aliens, right? That gave me also actually lots of strength and courage and determination and the polarity integration. So Very grateful and thankful to and kind of being able to overcome those differences, and learning all these things that we were not told to, this all this classified information, right? All the hidden secrets and so on, especially in the military and government, right? Those higher places, the high echelons and so on, and how the elite, the Satanists, Luciferians, and the dark ones, right? The mafia, the black nobility family, their lifestyle is pretty nasty, and they're hiding all these criminal activities. But we have to be wise, we have to be intelligent, right? The intelligence comes from connecting to God, to source, like we didn't know, right? So we have to forgive ourselves. And now that the information is surfacing, right, the darkness is surfacing, so those who are ready, we need to embrace it with compassion and with forgiveness, because again, war begets war. And again, the inner struggle needs to be transformed, transmuted, right? If we're struggling, we have that inner war. We are actually amplifying it, right? The war that is on the outside, whether it's on the surface of the planet or under the surface of the planet. And of course, the astral plane, those high densities, it's been very busy. It was very busy there for me, dealing with the dark fleet. And also, of course, I have all kinds of situations there, or contracts with the military, with the Marines, and everything that I've been going through. You guys, that I went through the astral recruitment, or they actually made Marine out of me. So that was like interesting thing that happened to me. And looks like I signed up for it in those unseen worlds, special forces. You just kind of go with the flow, go with the and so it took me many years, of course. Lots of healing had to happen, and fortunately I did have money. I received money, so I had money on my account, so I was able to actually take the time and do all the research and study and education and healing and traveling, and of course Sedona, Arizona, and that I'm here, so then I can be of service. And I look what I went through, and so we're holding the light for you guys. So for you, those who are choosing the ascension, who are choosing the evolution, who are choosing freedom, like we are here holding the light, shining bright, and encouraging each and every one of your soul, stay strong, stay courageous, be in your heart, and just start feeling your truth and that power that comes from within. And that's how we overcome the darkness, right? The transformation, transmutation, that's kind of my signature, soul signature operational system, or that's my agreement. Okay, the connection, of course, I have with the rishis, the rishi sages of the Himalayan mountains. So my background is in yoga and Ayurveda, right? Bringing into my communities with ETs and so on. You can see what I am kind of all about, like how to exit the 3D matrix, right? Yanakalai.com. There are themes on exiting the 3D matrix, the false matrix of the archons, and the inorganic artificial intelligence, right? So we're here for you guys, and want to kind of build a platform for those who were extremely injured, violated, young veterans. It's torture, went through lots of torture, and the violation, abuse, like I said that, and so they can start expressing their truth and start healing themselves. And that's the Ascension. I have the Ascension protocol for the new earth, right? So we're starting with the 12D shielding, building shielding from Lisa Renee. Extremely important because the corruption is happening in those 11 dimensions or 11.5 dimension, whether it's from that guy THOTH thought, who kind of broke away from the Emerald Order, right, and just became part of that super raider races, Hyksos, and so on, and just wreaking havoc in the entire solar system, galaxy, in the Milky Way, right, because they want to control and manipulate. And I'm here noticing it with lots of people, and they're in healing profession, and all these, ego, the judgment, the negative ego, addictions, the abuse. I mean, it's happening also, of course, here in those densities, here in this physical plane, but we also have densities in the astral plane. So so we have the 12D shielding. That's why I talk about the platinum light, the 12D shielding. Lisa Renee, she's an expert. She understands a lot about the negative aliens and all the agenda, and all these grid workers and gatekeepers, like with Sandra Walter, right? We've been doing the meditation now for 6 years, so please join us for the unity meditation or ascension meditation every Sunday, 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m. Eastern time. So we're building the momentum, right? We're changing the carbon-based DNA into crystalline DNA, guys. And now it is here in the atmosphere, even though the chemtrail has been going on. And they're just the dark ones, the dark fleet. I mean, even the dark heads here, the military. There are all kinds of branches there in the military, and they're even fighting among each other. They're still trying to their tricks and so on. But guys, the light is stronger, right? And now with all these plasma activation, and with the gamma rays frequencies here, so the 12 rays of creation, the 12 strands of DNA, now we're accessing all that, because even the portal has been here established, and there are guardians guarding those portals, those sacred portals. Guess where extremely important portals are? They have been for the ascension in the Middle East, Iran and Iraq, right? The 10th dimension. That's where all these MK Ultra comes, right? That's why we've been, I've been around and seeing this 5G towers implementation. Why are they doing it? They're dumbing us down and prevent us from ascension, So anyway, just don't give up, and start really trusting yourself and love yourself. Believe in yourself. Start believing and start dreaming big. Extremely important, okay? So the protection, the meditation, right? Invocation of the violet flame, yanakalai.com. You can go on services, or is it on services? I have the meditation, invocation of the violet flame. Then I talk about, of course, Marina Jacobi. Quantum manifestation protocol, extremely important. She downloaded the information from the good ETs, or the good hybrids. There is a hybridization programs going on from good ETs, but also from the negative ones. So the resonance, right, in your heart, you will know the difference. Know yourself, be free. So that's why that cleansing, clearing, purification, right, is extremely important. Drinking distilled water, superfood, diet, right, fasting. I mean, those who can, of course, afford it, or those who are okay with it. I'm still not breatharian. Some actually people, and there are even families, they just learn how to embody energies and love and light and vitamins and minerals from synthesizing the light from sun and from around them. But of course, they have to live in special places, sacred geometry. So, but that's where are we heading? Those who are really of that etheric technology with the star seeds and the indigo, and I have the connection to the blue star born, right? So we are pretty much and different drummers. We live differently, we have different lifestyles. So, but I came here to experience, you have that human experience. So then I know what needs to be then corrected, what needs to be embraced, and what then needs to be healed. And that's why, again, I'm coming with the Ascension protocol for the new earth, especially for the military, for the warriors, I mean, for my soul group, for my tribe, those who are ready and who are choosing love, who are choosing peace, who are choosing harmony, who are choosing balance, who are choosing Christ, right? The Christosophia consciousness. So, listening to solfeggio tones, do have some music going on. So guys, music extremely important. Okay, working with the colors, coloring mandalas. Okay, and I'm being in nature, right? Going to nature, extremely important. Being close to the beach or close to the mountains. Even the rain is beautiful. Sometimes dancing in the rain and drumming, right? And dancing. Okay, was it Iran? Darvish. This again, ambulance number 3. I'm just telling you guys, things are interesting. So that's why always centering ourselves. Sending prayers, being compassionate with everything that is happening, invoking the white flame. Recently, I was just trying to help somebody who was on the street, needed some food or money. So I was giving money to that person. That person was explaining that he was supposed to have a hip replacement, but the insurance kind of made big tricks with him. So poor guy, he couldn't even walk. He was on crutches. And then people, right, I was giving money, and then cars behind me start honking there because I was stopping the traffic. Do you see the polarity? Do you see the density? Do you see also the ego? And do you see trying to help, and the guy was trying to explain me how they ripped him off. They're in hospital. He was supposed to have a hip replacement, trying to talk to him, help him, and then people behind you, they're impatient. I guess they are in a hurry. They need to go, but we're in this together, guys. There is no way of running away and shoving things on the carpet. The shadow work is so important, right? So many people going through the dark night of the soul. I mean, the death of the ego it's painful, extremely painful. So we need to be nice to each other, nice to ourselves, right? Be loving to yourself, and loving to others. This is it's a practice, like with everything else. I'm saying, and of course there'll be people still in the darkness, choosing the metaverse, choosing the ignorance, choosing the 3D matrix, and that's okay. I'm saying. It's just here, the freedom, time to be free, time to be tolerant, and anyway, so sending lots of prayers. That's why doing the meditations, right? Very important. And what else? PTSD, time to heal, right? Kathy O'Brien, she was a sex slave in the White House. So you guys, oh my goodness, all these things that have been happening in the governmental structure, military structure, all these corporations, right? The ICC, that's the interplanetary conglomerates, the planetary corporations, and the military, the recruitments, right? All these recruitments of the dark ones, the dark fleet, and the black magic, and witchcrafting, and sodomy, and raping, and the satanic ritual abuses, guys, and the adrenochrome harvesting, and the drug running, gun running, I mean, just name it, money laundering, okay? It just goes on and on and on. That's why we have the New Earth jurisdiction implementing the Galactic Codex. Please study the Galactic Codex. You can find it on my website as well, yanakalai.com, right? We are actually implementing the law of grace, right? We have the right for ascension, the right for abundance, the right to meet our soul family, the right for information, the right for freedom. So and of course the 13 principles of natural laws, you can download that, or Lisa Renee's energetic synthesis. I also created videos on universal laws, understanding the universal laws, so extremely important. So and what else? That was that's my Ascension protocol, and themes on how to exit the 3D matrix. So anyway, I'll be looks like moving around again. Yeah, I may have a different position again. I have to then looking for a new place. I'm in new locations, so who knows? I'll be traveling. I don't know where. We're kind of I'll be next, when, and so on. So I'm just kind of trying to be here in the present moment. Well, the military, the New York, and so on, I haven't really deciphered that yet, the information. If my tribe or military Marines, if they want to reunite, if they want to connect, communication for me is the key. I have a Mercury it's in Gemini, and so for me this is how I communicate, and that's extremely important, and it's a different mentality in the military. I was supposed to implement yoga. I was trying to implement yoga meditation somehow, right? And I understand the deal when guys in the military or people, they really want to heal, they want to go back to Christ, and they're not allowed to. That's why we are bringing the Galactic Codex here implementation. The Pleiadians are here, the Icturians are here, the Andromedans are here. The High Command, the Galactic Command, the Galactic Alliance of the interdimensional world, everything is here, guys. So it's all about really tuning in and being that energies of love and faith and trust and grace and compassion, right? So that's the 5D protocol of Telos, because we have our family are in the inner earth, right? The Garthians, the Telosians, guys. There's this book from Elena Danaan, right? The alien races. So lots of things to study, embrace, and again, I was lucky that I had the chance, to or I was meant to really heal, so then I can be here for others, because people are struggling with this whole CV thing, right? It is a virus. It is a virus, but also it has the biological component to it. The spike proteins and everything that it does, the blood clots, and people having difficulties with breathing, and the heart failure and so on. But also it has the nanotechnology component, right? Because we're dealing with the grace, with the Zeta, with the Orion group. So the virus actually, guys, also replicates your consciousness. If you're in a bad mood, if you're really struggling and you're constantly judging, and if you're constantly criticizing and for you and so on, the virus will really take you down, and we will amplify that energy. But when you say, hey, I know who I am. I am one with Christ. I walk with Christ, with Jesus, what I'm saying, and Holy Mother, Divine Mother, then, the virus either will leave you or will kind of fuse with you, and you bring that higher energies online, and you feel wonderful. So, so many people, and even I've been fluctuating, so everybody's been pretty much infected, and, but there's so much propaganda about the tests, and of course about the JB thing. And I know the military, the guys in the military, they had to kind of accept that, or whenever you join the military, I remember the CCP jabs and so on, and it's got the graphene oxide, and then of course it's into it spreads into it's like a Neuralink, call it Nazi Neuralink, and that's how those guys were hooked to the negative fleet, right? So especially the military or the Marines of the dark fleet, right? And those my soul groups who ended up in this kind of structure, in this kind of faction, right? So time to exit that and just choose love, choose light, choose Christ, and just be nice. to yourself, to each other. Loving kindness is extremely important, and be at peace. Peace that passes all understanding. So let's say some prayers. So that's the Abunda Bashmaya. That's the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. Abunda Bashmaya, Nitka Dashamoch, Tete Mal Kotach, Nechwe Tibiana Aikana de Bashmaya, Ahbaat, Havlan Lach Madasun Kanan Yaumana, Warshboklan, Haubain, Wachtahin, Aikana Dafkanan Schwachen Lahayabain. Wala Dachlan Danasuna, Ella Patsan Min Bisha, Mitul de Lachem Mal Kota Wachwe La Watashbuchta, La Alam Almin. Amen. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in a path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. May peace be with you. Many blessings and namaste. Bye-bye.